UCF right now, we will be a very solid football program. Obviously, we lost, before you start asking questions, we lost the number 3 pick in the draft, Blake Bortles at quarterback. But pretty much from the team last year, we only lost 7 players on the whole team. So pretty much we have the team back intact. And I don't think the 12-1 record just occurred. It's been something that's been going on. The kids that we have with us today, they've won 10 games, 11 games, and finalized with 12 games. So I think the culture of winning is there. I think last year we had a terrific season. I think it was great for the conference, great for UCF as far as national recognition. But that's over. I think it's a new year. As I told the team, the new team, new leadership, new chemistry. I think all those things have to fall in place for us to be successful. We teed up this Wednesday. In fact, tomorrow, the kids report. We start practice on Thursday. And, I listen to all the talk about the Equity 5 and Power 5. And, we're not going to change. We're going to do exactly what we have to do to be competitive as far as cost of attendance, meals. I just don't know how much you can feed them, all right, as far as some of these kids, as far as what they need. But I think we're going to do whatever we have to do to make sure that we're competitive in recruiting and everything else we need to do to be basically where we need to be. But I think the key, and I've always said this, is you got to play a very competitive non-conference schedule and win those games. I think that's what needs to be done, and that's what I've always believed through all my years of coaching. This is my 46th year of coaching. As I told my wife, I stay a couple more years, they'll put my name on a ship. But I think the big thing is that basically we're going to be competitive. We're going to go out and play the best teams we can play and go from there. The key to our program is going to be just replacing the quarterback position, which we have 4 young athletes there that we feel can do that. It's just about getting them in place. Excuse me. We do open up in Ireland, over in Dublin. How that game came about was really, it was O'Leary O'Brien. When Billy was at Penn State, he left to take the Houston Texans job, and there was a way where Billy thought he'd take his Penn State team on a trip, being on the probation they were on. But the game is going to be great. Toughest thing we had to do was get passports. As I told our players, we need birth certificates, and we had trouble finding some of them. But we found them all. We got them birth certificates, and it's worked out well. We're looking forward to the game from recognition. I think over in Ireland, England, there's all sorts of signs up. I think it's great for American football, and we're looking forward to the game. It will be back in the States on national TV, and it'd be a great experience for our players. With that, we come back. We do play Missouri. We play BYU and Bethune-Cookman non-conference, and then we'll play a very competitive non-conference game. I think the key this year for us is that, when you look at the season, we don't play on 8 Saturdays. Either we're picked up with ESPN or on Thursday night or Friday night, but there's 8 Saturdays where we're sitting home or practicing. So it's a different type schedule, something you have to adjust to. But again, with the number of players back, the number of experience back, the winning culture, we'll be a very solid team and very competitive with everybody we play. And that's really it. We have a bunch of good players back. I don't get into who, because I'll tell you, the game of football has changed. Football success has always been a we. It's changed more and more to a me deal, with a lot of these players coming out of high school, with the exposure they're getting. And we try to keep it a we factor. I'm doing too much talking to the press today. I'm losing my voice. as far as the we factor with football is concerned. And we built our team on two things: accountability and responsibility. And that's pretty much the way we do with the program. The players know what they have to get done. And as much as we're proud of the success on the athletic field, we're number 5 in graduation rate in the country. And if you looked at the top 10 last year at the season-ending rankings and you rate them academically, we're number 1 of the top 10 teams in the country. So we're not just doing it on the athletic field, we're doing it on the academic field also. And the players understand that. The only thing I talk to them about when we recruit them is I'll make sure they graduate. And that's the way we go. But again, I think the conference has a great future ahead of it. I think they've got some outstanding coaches in it. They got some outstanding players. I think the direction with Commissioner Oresco has been outstanding. I thought his mission statement was right on target as far as the direction we need to head as a conference is concerned. But we need to be scheduling people, and then not just scheduling, but winning these games. That answers a lot of ills. Go out and win and play a good schedule, and then see where the chips may fall. But we're moving on at UCF. We'll do everything we have to do to be successful. But, you know, as I tell the players, I'm more concerned about them on the field and them in the classroom. And we'll do what we have to do to be successful in all areas, and no matter what direction the country heads regarding autonomy or whatever it may be. With that, I'll open up to any questions.
Let me start off, if I can. Coaches often say that they prefer to be the team that's sneaking up on other teams. After the extraordinary year you had last year, what are you saying to your players now about this year being one of the target teams on other teams' schedules?
Well, you know, I'm a Yankee fan, all right, and no one ever sneaks up on them and stuff. That's who they are. And I've been at the other end too, Jack. So, I mean, I know what it is to be the one sneaking up, but I'd much rather be where I'm at, all right? At least I know where the target is. And what I do with the season is this. I take the 12 games, and I make them 12 one-game seasons. And every weekend's a season, and once the season's over, we move on to the next season. And then we have one goal on the team, period. That's to win the conference championship. Every year, same goal. Because I think when you win the conference championship, that leads to individual honors. And I'm not concerned about individual honors. I'm concerned about team. And I tell our team that all the time. We're a we team, all right? The me part of it comes when we win. So, again, we understand where we're at. And, again, I think it's hard to get to last year's season, but I think it's hard to stay there. That's the contest that we have this year that I'll go after the kids tomorrow night when they report about the challenge we have. And just basically, I lean on our senior class every year. I think you're only as good as your senior class, not in playing, but really just in terms of camaraderie, team, those type things. And as I tell them, you know, I think it's harder and harder to get leaders today. I think it was much easier 20 years ago. Everybody today, it's a peer society. Everybody wants to sit down and let somebody else make a decision. But I think right now, collectively, I've leaned on our senior class. We have a terrific senior class back. Last year, I only had 7 seniors on the whole team. This year, I think we have 20 seniors that all been around and a lot of double-digit wins, and they understand what it takes to win, which I think is something you have to teach. But from an effort, trust, loyalty, I think we're going to have a good season. I think we're very solid, and a lot of these players understand what the expectation levels are.